It has been a minute since I've picked up a camera like this and filmed for YouTube, but hello and welcome to my channel. We have a lot to catch up on, and if you guys didn't know, I've moved, had a baby, and I'm currently pregnant with my second baby. And let me just show you. The bump is kind of bumping. It's there when it wants to be. I have not made this post on Instagram or TikTok, so I thought I would bring it here because I can get so chatty when I do things like this, and it's just too long for Instagram and TikTok, so I figured why not film a YouTube video? I am currently 20 weeks pregnant with my second baby, which is insane to say. I can't even grasp it. I feel less pregnant this time around than I did with my first. I'm already out of breath. But I wanted to give like a first half of pregnancy, first trimester, second trimester recap of how I've been feeling, what I've been going through, and all the good things, because I have a lot that, like I said, I feel like I haven't really shared on Instagram and TikTok, and I want to share. First, symptoms wise, the beginning of this pregnancy was wild. I actually had some nausea for a couple weeks, really bad for like a week, and then like a week or two before that, and then a couple weeks after. I never actually got sick, but just felt super nauseous, didn't want to eat. Food sounded disgusting. I only ate if I was really hungry, and I did not have that with my first. I had a huge coffee aversion in the beginning, and I laid off coffee and didn't try coffee again until I was like, what was it, 17 weeks? And I found out I was pregnant at 5 weeks. So that was a long time. That I don't really get anymore. I had some really bad like hormonal skin breakout acne in the beginning, and then I've kind of gotten that under control. I feel like my skin is definitely not as good this time around. My first pregnancy, my skin was perfect. I could do nothing or everything to it, and I barely broke out. And this one, I feel like it's super sensitive and not healing really quickly. And then I also had a really bad like perioral dermatitis breakout. If you know what that is, then you know. Luckily, I have some cream because I have dealt with that before, and my OB said it was okay to take. So I started putting that on, and it's cleared up. And that was more like first trimester, the nausea, the skin. Oh, and sleep insomnia. That was so bad for a couple weeks, first trimester. And then recently I've been getting it again. I had a couple weeks of really bad like pregnancy exhaustion, and not tired, but literally just like I hit a wall at 5 o'clock. I've been better the last couple weeks, and I have to go. If I stop or sit down, then I hit that wall. So I try not to sit down and relax and get everything done before I put my daughter down. And then when I put her down for bed, then I act like a blob on the couch. I feel like the exhaustion has been different because my first pregnancy, I literally just laid around and slept all the time. And so this is really wild, being halfway through pregnancy with a 19-month-old. That you're right. People are right when they say being pregnant with a toddler is not for the weak. And I solo parent a lot, and I am home alone a lot. So that's slightly challenging a lot of times because I am tired a lot. But I feel like I'm not too bad, and these pregnancies are very, very similar. Like maybe the skin changes are a little different, or the sleeping is a little different, but I feel like that also comes to part that I have a child now, and I didn't the first time I was pregnant, so that has changed some things. I cannot believe I'm already 20 weeks. I found out at like 5 weeks, and then went to my first OB appointment at 7 weeks. So I feel like I've been pregnant forever, which is about the same time frame that I found out with my first. I think I found out with her at like 5 or 6 weeks. I haven't even thought about the theme I'm gonna do for the nursery. There's still so many nesting projects that I want to do that I'm trying to focus on to get done, because I'm not gonna lie, we will be having 2 under 2, and I am slightly terrified at the thought of having 2 babies at a young age with how much I am home alone. And so I feel like I'm a little nervous for that, but I'm also like more prepared, and I know what I'm doing, or know what I like to do or don't want to do. I feel like this is a big one that I get asked all the time, and I have to touch on it. If I'm still breastfeeding her, and the answer is yes. And I didn't think I would go past a year with her, and then we hit a year, and I felt like she was still a baby, and she was still very much attached to nursing. And it's all 100% a comfort thing. The last couple months, like the last 3 or 4 months, we've cut down to pretty much only in the mornings, like when she first wakes up. My doctor told me when I first found out I was pregnant and went in for my first appointment that I needed to stop by 16 weeks. That is a transition that I need to transition because I do not want to tandem feed. I have no interest in that. I do not want to breastfeed super close to having the second baby because I don't want her to see the second baby doing that and then her want to do that again. I feel like that's not fair to her, the new baby, hard on me. I feel like epidural questions are a big one, so I'm gonna go ahead and answer that. I went to 7.5 centimeters with my first before I begged for an epidural. I was trying, I wasn't against it, but I was just seeing if I could do it, and then I hit that and I couldn't. After I had my first, I was like, I think I could try not to have an epidural again, and you know, maybe not try. And then the other night I was going through the birth and just, you know, like I have to birth another baby. And then I started to get dizzy and lightheaded and was like, well, maybe we'll just get an epidural right away and I'll be able to move, because I did not get out of that bed for hours because I felt sick every time I did. I thought I was going to pass out, I was going to pass out every time I stood up, so I was pretty much like bedridden. So maybe an epidural will, you know, play a part in that. I will play it by ear, and I have no schedule. So that leads me into my next thing. No birthing schedule, no birth plan, no birth nothing. I will show up to the hospital and whatever happens, happens. I just go in with low to no expectations, and then you can't be disappointed, scared, nervous, whatever. The baby will have its own room, and I need to start working on that. I got the closet cleaned out the other day, but right now it's housing like all of my brands items. I have a baby brand and my treadmill, and I need to move all of that out, and I'm just not ready to disperse all of that into other rooms yet. A big one that I've talked about and I've gotten a lot of questions on is double strollers. We have the Nuna Travel for our daughter. Obsessed, love that stroller. One-handed, solo parenting, 10 out of 10, love it. Of course, they recently just came out with a double version, which works perfectly for me, but I wanted to explore other options because I know there's so many more. So I feel like we're gonna lean towards the Nuna Travel, but everyone else swears by like the Zoe. I'm gonna go with the Nuna Travel double stroller because I think that is what I will like. Lots of back pain and pelvic pain, working through that, seeing like a physical therapist slash doctor person, exercising. Other than that, I feel great. I wouldn't say this is like the worst pregnancy. I wouldn't say it's really hard. It's definitely challenging with the toddler. If you know, you know. But other than that, I cannot believe I'm 20 weeks. Like, that is terrifying, the thought that I'm halfway there. So I think that is going to close out this video. I hope I touched on some things that I haven't touched in other places, and I will do a lot more long-winded pregnancy conversations and vlogs here because YouTube is just the place for that. I'll try and keep uploading here maybe once or twice a week, just updating you guys on longer formed videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.